knees in towards the chest, and then wrap those arms around those legs. Interlace the fingers here if that feels good for you, or just take hands to knees and just give those knees a nice big cuddle in towards the chest. Try to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed here, your head stays heavy down on your mat. And notice how that feels into the lower back, into those hips. Awesome. And then we're going to start with a lovely spinal twist to help release out any tension and tightness that might have built up throughout our week so far. So take your time just to relax your left leg heavy down onto your mat. And we're just going to pause here, hugging that right knee in towards the chest. Feel that stretch, of course, into that right hip. And then just try to soften. Can you just relax the left leg and even into the hips? So just switch off the glutes and just allow the hips to relax. Lovely. Take a nice deep breath. And then we take it into that twist. So the left hand does most of the work as the right arm draws out at shoulder height. Take a nice deep full breath in. And then on your exhale, just start to draw the right knee across the body with the use of the left hand. On your next exhale, just start to relax your gaze over your right shoulder and feel that big twist and release into the back, but also into your right hip and glute area too. Just relax your shoulders, relax the left leg still, and we just enjoy a couple of breaths here. Trying to imagine twisting and releasing any tension, toxins, anything really stressful maybe that we've been going through this last few days. So starting really relaxed this evening. Perfect. Take another deep breath here. And then taking your time, just rolling onto the back as you release out. Hug that right knee in towards the chest. And then take a nice little roll out through that right ankle while we're here. One way and then the other. Perfect. We're going to take that through the opposite side. So your right leg goes heavy. Enjoy that stretch. And then drawing that left knee in towards the chest. Again, a little pause there. Hugging that left knee in, checking in how the hips feel. Right leg heavy, relax those shoulders. And then take it into that twist. Right hand this time doing most of the work as you come into that twist. Left shoulder blade stays down onto your mat and gaze comes over that left shoulder. Find that full breath. Finding that slight pause at the top of the breath in and at the bottom of the breath out. Take another deep breath here. Awesome. Rolling onto the back when you feel ready to. And then take that nice little roll out through the left ankle. Awesome. So either planting that left foot down onto your mat or sliding the left leg long. We're going to start to invite that right leg up towards the ceiling, and this is where your strap comes in. So you're just going to take the strap around your right foot. Now feel free here to take a couple of options. So take your left foot to mat if that feels better for you. And you can always slide a block or a cushion in under your head as well if you really feel that your head and your shoulders are really tight. So just take those options if you need it. Remember not to lock your knee out, especially with the leg upright. So try not to hang out in the ligaments, especially if you hyperextend. You want a gentle, soft bend into that knee joint. And then, of course, I'm sure you can feel that. The toes draw towards the face as you kick the heel up towards the ceiling and feel that big, big stretch all the way down the right leg. hands to the strap where you can relax the arms. So the hands, the fingers are doing most of the work there as you relax your arms. Can you check in with your left leg, make sure it's nice and heavy, just letting go of any tension or tightness there. And then come back to your breath. So as you breathe in, start to kick up into that heel, right heel. And as you exhale, maybe if it's just an intention and not a movement, just start to notice if you can draw the toes a little bit more towards the face or top of the mat. If your leg is shaking or if it feels too intense, back off, just let it go and then draw it in again with your breath over a couple of rounds of breath. Really go easy on yourself. Just listen to your body and with time, the back of the leg will open. We're going to hold here for another couple of breaths. So breathe in deeply, exhale completely. Another one, just the same. From here, you're going to take your strap into the right hand and your left hand is going to act as an anchor as it presses down onto the left hip. You're going to guide your right leg out at hip height or even higher. And just make sure here that your left buttock stays down onto your mat as well as your left shoulder. So you basically don't want to be rolling over to your right. You want to stay nice and flat with the body. You can, once you have that position, if you want to, you can take both of the hands back to the strap and draw the toes up towards the top of the mat a little more. So you're changing the stretch from the back of the leg more into the inner thigh area. And remember, especially if you hyperextend, soft bend into that knee. Try not to lock out the knee. Send the breath into the heel on an inhale and exhale, draw the toes a little bit closer towards the top of the mat. We're here for another couple of breaths. Perfect. Gently and slowly start to draw that right leg all the way back up through to the center. And this time you're going to take the leg over to the left. So it's almost like a spinal twist, but you're keeping the leg straight. And again, you're drawing the toes up towards the top of the mat. So use the hands on the strap to kick the heel away and draw the toes upwards. Try to keep this time the right shoulder down onto your mat. So you're laying nice and flat with the upper back. And of course, this time we're changing the stretch into the outer hip and glute. Breathe here, take another couple of breaths. Perfect. Take your time here just to suck in through the belly, just to help support the back. And then just start to lift the right leg all the way back up through center. Take the hands to each side of the strap. Come back into that first stretch that we did into the back of the right leg. We're going to hold here for another couple of breaths. Notice how the right leg is feeling. And on your next exhale, just use the strap to guide your right leg all the way down to meet the left, nice and heavy onto the mat. For the moment, just release the strap over to one side and come into almost a mini Shavasana, just checking in with how you feel. Breathe down into those right tiptoes. Notice here the length of the right leg. It might feel longer, it might feel heavier and also warmer. That blood flow being stimulated through that stretching. And of course, we want to balance out through the body, as always, the left and the right side. So take your time here to invite this time the left leg up towards the ceiling and take the strap round the left foot. Be mindful of how this left leg feels compared to the right. We spent a little bit of time with that right leg, so try not to rush to feel like you have to come in super deep really quick. Just take a little bit of time to ease in. Of course, you can take that modification of taking your right foot to mat. It might help release any pressure through the lower back and also through the shoulders. Can you feel a difference between this left side and right side? Maybe you feel like you have a bit more space this side, or maybe it feels a lot tighter. Hold here for another couple of breaths. Shoulders are relaxed, arms are relaxed too. Can you just draw the toes towards the top of the mat a little bit more? Awesome. And then just as we did on that right side, take the strap to begin with into the left hand, anchor down the right hip, and then start to draw the left leg out. At around hip height, you might be able to create a bit more space, taking the left leg a little higher. But you really want to kick the left heel away and draw the toes up towards the top of your mat. So you're going to take the stretch into the inside of the left leg. Stay nice and relaxed, head heavy, shoulders relaxed here. You can, of course, take both of the hands back to the strap or just relax wherever you can. Come back to your breath. We're here for another 2. Perfect. Inhale, draw the left leg all the way back up through center, and then take your time to keep the leg straight as you draw it across the body. Draw the toes upwards towards the top of the mat and feel the stretch into the outside of the leg, into the glutes. You can, if you'd like to, take the left arm out around shoulder height and look over to your left. So you are in a little bit of a twist, but just focus on that left leg, stretching, releasing all the way down the back of the leg and into the hip. Try to relax the legs as well. The more relaxed you are, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. Try not to resist. Take another couple here. Perfect. Inhale, draw the left leg all the way back up through center. Take hands to each side of the strap. Hold for a couple of breaths, just noticing how that feels. Can you find a bit more space here just to draw the toes towards the top of the mat a little more? And then guiding that left leg down to meet the right, nice and slowly. Lose the strap just to one side for a moment. We will be using it again shortly, so don't have it too far away. And again, just take a moment here, breathe down into the left tip toes. Hopefully both of the legs feel quite balanced now. Nice blood flow, lovely stretches for the lower body. Awesome. So we're going to come up to a seat. You're more than welcome to take some rock and rolls up and down through the spine. If you're joining me, you're just going to draw those knees in towards the chest. Take a nice deep full breath in, and then on your exhale, just roll over to your right and guide yourself all the way up into a comfortable seat. In your seat, if you would like to, you're more than welcome to sit on a block or a cushion if that feels better for you. You can sit on a chair if you want as well, just anything to make life more comfortable here. We come back into using the strap, and we're going to come into stretching out the neck and then into the shoulders and creating some space into the chest. So hopefully you feel quite stretched out through the lower body, and now we start to work on the upper body, spending a little bit more time here. So we're going to take the strap over the right shoulder to begin with, so opposite side when you're looking at me. You can do the other side, we're going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to start with the strap over my right shoulder, and then just kind of holding it gently in the hands. And this strap here is just going to act as a little bit of a barrier to the shoulder creeping upwards when we stretch out the neck. So sitting nice and tall here, belly supporting the back as we sit. We're just going to take a lovely deep full breath in, and then to begin with, stretching out through the neck, we're just going to tuck the chin through towards the chest as you drop the chin down. Relax the shoulders as much as possible. Just take a moment or two here. Try not to round through the back too much. And the more you tuck the chin in towards the chest, the more of a stretch you're going to feel into the back of the neck. Awesome. On your next inhale, we're going to start to draw the left ear to the left shoulder, opening out through the right side of the neck. So you can pull down on the strap as much as you want to, or as little as you want to. Just acting as a little bit of a barrier to keep the right shoulder from coming up. Your body will naturally find a comfortable position, but of course we want more of a stretch than just to feel comfort. So as you draw that left ear to the left shoulder, shoulders relaxed, gently pull down on the strap as much or as little as you want, and find that huge stretch into the right side of the neck. And depending on how your neck feels, if there's lots of tightness there, it might feel super intense. So use that breath. Inhale, breathe into the tightness. Exhale to lose that tightness out of the body. And just stay in stillness here for a couple more. Keeping that nice little bit of tension on the strap, gently just start to create a tiny bit of movement with the head. Gently drawing it forwards and then backwards, but really slowly and really gently. The movement is small. It doesn't have to be very big to find any tweaks or any other little bit of tightness in the right side of the neck. If you do kind of find a real point in the neck that what I call is sticky, it feels really tight, feel free to just to hold there. Feel free to hold and take a breath or two or three. Remembering this is your practice and your time. And then start to bring that movement a little bigger. So almost creating like a semicircle with the head. Always keeping the stretch into the right side of the neck while we're here gently pulling down on the strap. Whenever the chin falls towards the chest again, absolutely no rush. Just start to release the chin there and then gently stack the head back on top of those shoulders. Swapping the strap over to the left side. And then of course we'll balance out through the sides of the neck. Be mindful this side might feel extremely different to the other side, so just go easy to begin with. So take a nice deep full breath in. Exhale, release the chin through to chest. And then take your time here to start to open out through that left side of the neck by drawing right ear to right shoulder. Relax that left shoulder away from the ear. Pull down on the strap as much or as little as feels good for you. Trying to keep the shoulders in line with one another. Hold to begin with for a couple of breaths in stillness. Start with small, gentle movement, drawing the head forwards and backwards. The movement should not be very big at all. And again, this side might feel completely different to the other side. Remembering here that the left side of the body is more associated with more feminine energies, and the right side of your body is more masculine. So maybe you can really relate to where you're feeling that tension and tightness with what's going on in life right now. Making that movement a bit bigger now, almost semicircle-like. Again, if you feel there's some tightness in one particular area and you want to hold there, feel free to. Perfect. And then whenever the chin pulls back towards the chest, release the strap. And then just going to create a couple of full circles of the head, releasing throughout the whole of the neck, so both sides coming together. As always, trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears. And then once you've done a couple in one direction and the chin falls towards the chest, start to rotate the head in the opposite direction. Awesome. Whenever you feel ready to, when the chin falls back towards the chest, take your time to stack the head back on top of the shoulders. Just take a moment. You might get a gentle, like little bit of a head rush. So just be mindful of that as you come back up into your seat. So taking the stretch from the neck now into the shoulders, creating some space into the shoulders and upper body. Firstly, you're just going to take the strap and take the hands to around shoulder distance apart. And all we're going to do is take a lovely deep full breath in, lift those arms up above the head. And you're just going to gently pull the strap apart with the arms up around the head. And notice there as you're sitting, if you then started to flare the ribs. So try to come back into a gentle flat back rather than flaring the ribs. So you then get this dip into the back. You're going to want to try and avoid this. You're going to try and come back into a natural flat back. And then from here, we're going to take it into a lovely side stretch. So gently pulling the strap apart, just going to lean to one side. Keep pulling the strap apart, relax the legs, and feel that huge stretch into the side body as you do that. Awesome. Take a nice deep full breath in. Exhale, find a little bit more space. Breathe it away. Awesome. Inhale to rise all the way back up. Exhale through to the opposite side. Putting the strap apart gently, relax the legs. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, find more space. Inhale to rise up. Nice. Couple each side with the breath. We're going to take a nice deep breath in at the top. Exhale. Inhale, leg up. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, just releasing the strap. Shoulders might feel a little bit tight with the arms overhead, so just take a little shoulder roll. One way and then the other. If it feels good for you and you want to, you can just take a little spinal release here. So one of the hands finds the opposite knee, look over the shoulder. Really use the fingers here to twist. Come through to the opposite side whenever you feel ready to. Lovely. And then come back through to the front. So we're going to stay with using the strap here in our seat, and we're going to come in a little bit deeper now to the shoulders. So we're going to take the hands quite wide, a little bit wider than the strap. Sorry, wider than the shoulders, not the strap. Pull the strap apart, and you want to keep a little bit of tension on your strap for throughout this. So you don't want the strap or the band to become floppy. You want to keep it tight as much as possible. So we're going to take a nice deep full breath in. From shoulder height, you're just going to lift the arms up above the head. Again, try and stay with a flat back. Exhale to draw it back down to shoulder height only. Keep the strap nice and tight. 3 more. Inhale to rise. Exhale down. Last 2. And 1. We're going to come up and over this time. So I'm just going to come to the side so you can see. You're going to inhale, lift the arms up just as you did before. Try and stay away from flaring the ribs here. As you take the hands a little wider if you need, squeeze the shoulder blades together and slowly start to draw the strap behind the body. Now keep that strap nice and tight as you lower the strap down, all the way down. Nice. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, squeeze. Find that sticky part, breathe through it, all the way back up. Exhale, come to shoulder height. If you can, start to just take the hands a little bit closer together. This makes it harder. 3 more. Deep breath in, inhale to rise. Nice flat back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, arms come down, keep that tight strap. Nice. All the way down, inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale to shoulder height only. Last 2, really good for mobility through the shoulders. If you suffer with tight shoulders, with stress, or you sit at a keyboard or a desk or drive all day, this one's really good to keep mobility through the shoulders. It helps relieve headaches as well. 1 more, inhale to rise, lift all the way up. Exhale, squeeze. Keep the tight band. And lift all the way back up again. Nice. Come back through to shoulder height. If you can, even if it's a tiny, teeny bit, just start to take the hands a little bit closer together. We're now going to hold at that sticky point that I call sticky. So you're going to inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and where you feel that tight spot that you have to really breathe through, I want you to hold here. So it's not going to be very pleasant, it might be quite intense. I want you to hold here for 2 breaths. Well done. Exhale to release. Again, keep that strap nice and tight. And then we're going to do the same thing on the way up. Find that tight spot. Inhale, hold. One more breath. Pull the strap apart. Lift the arms up. Exhale, release. Nice work. Take a nice